It's truly been an honor being the head developer on this project. I thank you all for stopping by for this meeting. As we know, the axe is above our heads and the higher-ups won't allow us any more delays. 8 years long we've been working and now they have forced our hand. We need ideas and we need them now. Ooh, why don't we just ship out half the game and the rest is DLC? Genius! But we can do more. Why don't we just sell core features that should be in the base game as DLC? Yes. Why don't we cut back on the graphics? Amazing. Gamers don't even care about graphics. What about a deluxe edition that you can pre-order for terrible rewards?
Yes. Why don't we have features like standing on
Why
the
don't we
side
add
and
a
looking up
feature where you
skirts of the
automatically
player
die to
character?
reset progress?
Yes, features.
Amazing work, guys. Always coming up with beautiful ideas. This is why we had this amazing team, better than any other company out on the field right now. How did we get here? Believe it or not, there was a time when the top developers in the gaming industry could do nothing wrong in the eyes of most gamers. Now, when you look around, it's like a competition to see who can stay relevant. So I have to ask, in our day and age, has gaming gotten worse? Let's dive in. I've been gaming for ages at this point. I sometimes wonder if I should include it on my resume going forward to show my accomplishments. One thing I miss when it comes to the current age of gaming are developers who actually release a finished product. Our bar is so low that I said it as a joke earlier, but games that release 70% complete and finish the last 30% a year later can still be considered a Game of the Year contestant in our day and age. This was just something that was not happening back in the day. DLC should be optional, something that boosts enjoyment of the game, but not a necessity just to see the full game. I have no clue if this is just laziness or once these companies got money, they just stopped caring. But it's getting out of hand. You guys remember when they released Battlefield 2042 with no scoreboard? Or what about the whole existence of Fallout 76?
It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. 16 times the detail.
Do I even need to mention No Man's Sky? Cyberpunk? I don't care if the games were able to make a comeback, just finish the game. Not only finish the game, but stop the excuses for dropping a lackluster product. For example, when Gen 5 dropped for Pokemon, it was basically a soft reboot of the series. Of course, like any new region, it added new Pokemon, but up until the very end of the game, you could only catch the new Pokemon released with Gen 5. Not only that, but the devs wanted the Pokemon to have more personality compared to previous games, which led to an overhaul on the sprite animation. Gen 5 for sure is controversial, but the visuals are some of my favorite in any Pokemon game. When you combine that with the story and overall content the game had to offer, while including all the old gen Pokemon once you get the national decks, that is a complete game. And then there's Sword and Shield. Like, brother, where did we go wrong? First off, this game has always just looked disgusting to me, but my own preferences aside, the devs decided on some 8 billion IQ move to not add a national dex. The reasoning was because they wanted to focus on the animation of each Pokemon since they were remaking everything for the Switch, 3D models, all that stuff. Okay, reasonable. Cue the game launching. You launch the game, joy in your heart, ready to be immersed, and then, ugh. Those devs must have been smoking crack because there's no way Pokemon Gale of Darkness looks better than this. That game was released 2 decades ago. Like, devs, please, just be honest and stop the excuses. Not only that, but there's a general disconnect when it comes to the players and the developers. It feels like this issue is getting a little bit better now, but it's pretty frustrating when you're invested in a project and then the devs go radio silent. I'm all for a game being worked on in secret and then being blown away by the results. FromSoft is pretty good at that, like when Dark Souls 3 ended and Sekiro got announced, Miyazaki didn't say, "Yo guys, I have this new game that will be epic in scale with a gigantic map and cool weapons." Nah, he just said, "We have Sekiro dropping, which is a passion project we have been working on, and for the Souls fans, we have something in store for you." After that, Elden Ring dropped on time. Didn't stay in production hell and released in a state where I would say I was satisfied with the game. That is the way to do it. Now let's see the other side. Post-production Larry speaking. So while editing this video, Silksong dropped a release date? So take what I'm about to say with a teensy bit of a grain of salt. I mean, the point still stands, but just give me some leeway here, bro. I was being lazy on getting this uploaded. Let's start with Silksong. I love Hollow Knight, and I've been waiting forever for Silksong. The main issue I have isn't exactly the long time between games. It's when a trailer gets dropped at a big event generating hype for a game you're excited for, and then back to more radio silence. I already know Team Cherry and a lot of developers, hell, even me with this video. Everyone sometimes expands on their work, adding more to it, which makes it longer than you initially intended. The key to that is you need to give tiny breadcrumbs. Hey guys, sorry it's been 2 years with nothing. Game's still going great, and we're hoping for a release in a year and a half. Keep you updated. Boom, game gets delayed. Devs come back. To our supporters, we're sorry about the delay. We need to iron things out. Keep you updated. Boom. The developers don't need to completely reveal the whole game or show anything, but just a brief explanation of just where the progress is at goes a long way for your supporters. It's a completely different case though when you take a long time in development and release something subpar. There's a good amount of examples like this: A Song of Ice and Fire, Kingdom Hearts 3, which is going to be Kingdom Hearts 4 in 8 more years, and 2XKO are some examples. Be for real, man. You're telling me this game was in development for around 9 years and we only have 10 characters? Are we developing 1 character a year? I want to reiterate, there is nothing wrong with working on things in silence and releasing them when it's done. It's just a courtesy to the supporters of the game to give something so they know you're still grinding away. Though when it comes to the players, I do feel like we've gotten worse. Social media has a lot of ups and downs in our era. One of the biggest things is the voice it is given to the average Joe. Say something everyone agrees with and you can even ratio the biggest celebrities. The main issue with this is that it makes it pretty easy to spread negativity as well. It can be a bit hard to enjoy games when the general consensus online is that the game just sucks. For example, I had a friend that really liked Fallout 4, but anytime he would bring it up, people would just jump down his throat because it doesn't hold up well next to the other Fallout games. Well, until 76 dropped. I personally only like the first half of Elden Ring before everything feels repetitive and bosses become frustrating. Though I'm not gonna hop on Reddit and argue with people because they share a differing opinion. The internet just allows the fanbase to be more toxic because it's behind a screen. Of course, nothing new, but it is something that wasn't super prevalent a decade ago. It's hard to even state your opinion over a game without people wanting to pull out pitchforks. A game can still be amazing and have flaws. Now let's look at Calm. When it comes to toxicity, things get turned up a notch in competitive modes. I actually made a whole video about toxicity in games, so I won't go crazy here. Though back then, ranked was never a big issue because it was just more of a way to show off your skill in a game. That of course changed when esports rolled around. Now you could be making more than a doctor's salary by honing your skills in a video game. This has led to 2 changes that have harmed gaming. 1. Devs releasing a game expecting it to be the next big esport.
Dark Souls of competitive first-person shooters.
And 2. Players treating every match like it's their life. Taking it from the top, developers still need to acknowledge that the game is still supposed to be fun. It is actually not that easy to become a professional gamer, so when you're only catering to the needs of those guys, your active player base that just wants to have fun gets ruined. On the player side, IQ ranked because I just like more serious matches with people around my level. I don't want to deal with the guy who thinks he's about to be drafted to SKT if he just wins this next game. I don't care if it's ranked, a game is still a game at the end of the day. Something I don't like currently is when people put labels over a game because they don't like it. For example, I'm mainly speaking about the term slop, friend slop, roll slop, gotcha slop, Tupac, Big Mock, you get what I mean. Some people just want any reason to hate and it shows. I get it, seeing the 8th Backrooms game is pretty unoriginal, but you don't have to play it. Games like Peak have heart and it shows. It's like the hate people get for only playing mobile games. Like, are we really about to gatekeep the term gamer? A bigger issue that needs to be talked about currently is how people will still keep buying the same game over and over again. Look, at a work lunch, I made a joke saying I'll be buying 2K every single year, even if it's the same game. Big emphasis on joke. I may look like a 2K demon, but last 2K I bought was 2K13. People are really out here buying the same Call of Duty over and over again. I'm not asking for the wheel to be reinvented, but it never hurts to shake things up a bit. FromSoft took their chance with Sekiro. I remember in the marketing, they had to put big emphasis on the fact that it was a single player story driven game with one main weapon, and it paid off. That game ended up being a massive success. Wish I could say the same for Overwatch 2.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
But can we talk about these prices? Look guys, I still waste my time playing League of Legends. So when a game drops, you know what I don't have? Money. Bruh, why are so many games costing way more than they should? I don't want to call out any names. Nin Impact. But like, how is Nin Impact dropping at $60 before tax? This game looks awful. Like, the game doesn't need next world graphics, but make it make sense. They ripped images from the anime as a story mode with no voice acting. The menu is more static than the average Blue Lock Season 2 episode. The icing on top is that it's in a niche genre already, so don't even think of it as you're buying a game. You're only donating to the developers. Elden Ring Night Rain drops at $40 and has like quadruple the content. And don't even try to hide over there. I see you, Nintendo, trying to make us pay some outrageous prices for what? I never understand a person who buys a console just to play remasters. Great, we get another Mario Kart, and the kicker is, it's open world. Yippee! Okay, playing as the cow is pretty fire. But still, paying around $80 to not even own a copy of your game is just insane. Like I said, Night Rain dropped for $40, guys, and Nintendo will have remasters double that price. Let me shut up before I find a red dot on my chest. I just wish the price on games were more reasonable with the amount of content the game actually provides. At the end of the day, gaming is something that is meant to be fun. Overall, I would say that gaming has gotten worse heading into the big 2026 and beyond that. There is still gems and fun times to be had, but when I look around, there is no denying the state gaming is currently in. There is a lot that we can all improve on from the developer side and the player side. Without us, there's no players, and without them, there's no game. We're all in this together, and that is something that can't be forgotten.
Ain't nothing like a phone me.
Yo devs, can we please lower the spec requirements on games, by the way? You know, I mean, come on guys, I just want to play Monster Hunter Wilds with my PC feeling like it isn't gonna blow up. You know, I can't afford your game, so why would I be able to update my PC? It's still stuck with 2014 specs. Please guys, ain't nothing like a funky beat.